Welcome to day 17 of Building Faith. Today we're going to talk about, what does true faith look like? Does it look like believing God for circumstances to change? Does it look like us trusting God for our needs? Does it look like us not doubting God? I think that those are all aspects of faith, but they're hard to do without knowing our identity and our position before God. To me, true faith is the simplicity of me every day believing what God says about me. And when it comes to those circumstances, and it comes to trusting God for our needs, and it comes to asking Him to overcome our enemies, this can feel like an uphill battle when we're praying and we're asking from the place of fear and insecurity and condemnation. And sometimes those prayers can even sound like us begging God or demanding Him for things. Or sometimes from a place of religion where we know we need to pray about it, but we don't really believe that He hears us. We don't really believe that He cares. And so we're not coming to Him from the place of relationship and understanding our role before Him. And we see in Genesis 32 this story about Jacob wrestling with God. And he wants God to bless him. And he's up all night wrestling with the Lord. And at the end of it, he kind of lets out this last minute cry. And he says, "I will not let go of you until you bless me." So what was the kind of blessing that God chose to give Jacob? He could have given him anything. But he said, "Okay, Jacob, I'm going to give you a new name. You will no longer be Jacob, but you will be Israel," which means prince with God. He gave him a new name, which gave him a new identity. And identity is such a powerful thing because it produces change inside of us. It changes the way we think about things. It changes the way we act. It changes the way we view and interact with God and even with others. It changes everything. And for instance, if I really believe that I'm radically loved by God and I move His heart, then I'm going to face each day and every circumstance from a place of confidence because I know that God's got me and I know how He feels about me. And I'm going to approach life differently. And so I just want to encourage you to start every day from the place of asking God to speak over you, to declare your name, your title before Him, the fact that you belong to Him, that you're loved by Him. Let Him sow those things into you every day. And it will change. It will change your thoughts. It'll change your level of faith. It'll change your expectation about things. And I think that we can all admit that when it comes down to our number one desire for this life, it's that we want to be like Jesus. That's why we're here. Our number one goal in life is not to be successful or to have it easy or to be comfortable. Our number one goal is to be like Jesus. And so guess what? He gets to determine what that looks like. He gets to determine what path He's going to lay out to make us like Him. And so as we surrender to that, I just want to challenge you, as I challenge myself, to go beyond the place from just asking God to fix things and to just change things in my life, to go onto another path, which is the pursuit of being transformed by His thoughts towards me, letting His thoughts, letting His emotions really transform the way I feel about myself so that I can come out of that place full of faith, ready to embrace the great things that He has for me and He's called for me to do. Let's do this declaration together. I declare that I will say yes to the pursuit of being transformed by God's thoughts towards me. And that as I do that, I will live in a place of faith and be able to accomplish the great things that He has called me to do.